Let's move on now to talk about this new movie that came out today on Hulu. Predator Killer of Killers has now been released on Hulu. This is directed by Dan Trachtenberg, the same director who brought us Prey, that went on Hulu, which should have gone in theaters, but it's okay because he's getting a redemption with not only this movie, but the one that's coming out in theaters, Predator Badlands, also directed by Dan Trachtenberg. Okay. I will keep this spoiler free because believe it or not, there are some interesting spoilers and a pretty cool post credit scene. So try not to ruin it. And mods, if you're here, ban anyone that does spoil it and ruin it. Okay. Let me give you my spoiler free thoughts on this. Loved it. This is great, man. I honestly one of the best Predator movies that we've gotten. So the premise of this is it's an anthology. We are following three different warriors through three different time periods on our Earth: Vikings, samurai, and World War II pilots. And each story is great and better than the last. I love what they're doing with this, and Dan Trachtenberg absolutely understands what makes the Predators so fun and so cool. Okay, no offense to Shane Black with the movie The Predator, I think, or whatever, Predators. He did not understand Predator. He might have been part of that original Predator movie. He didn't understand what made it work, and he was going more for the action. That movie was about a kid with autism was the key to fighting predators. What? Here, they are doing so many great things. So not only is each predator that they fight in different segment their own predator, they each have a unique thing that we've never seen another predator do with unique abilities, unique fighting styles. Love that because that is what makes a predator fun. Even the one in Prey, he was a very minimalist or a primitive predator with not a lot of technology, and it was cool to see the different texts and designs. That was cool. The stories and the characters just as good. The Viking story, it's very quick and very simple. It's a revenge plot, and that started the movie off in a bang. Honestly, what surprised me the most about this movie were the action sequences. The animation is stunning and very well used in here. This is a movie I'm glad was animated instead of live action because the action scenes in here are top notch. They do some really cool creative things, and this is what I've been begging Hollywood to do with animated movies. Usually, when they say, "Oh, let's make an R-rated animated movie," they go, "Oh, let's have hot dogs bang each other." Or, and no offense to this movie because I am interested in it, or like Fixed with Sony, where they're like, okay, dog's getting his balls cut off. He's got one day to go bang a poodle. Let's follow him on the movie. It feels like when they make R-rated movies, all they can think about is super sexualizing it, like Spermageddon. I can't believe that's a movie, right? This is what I want: is R-rated action, and they use it. There's tons of gore and blood and body parts flying, heads getting cut off, things that do make you go, "Oh, that was good." Loved it. I thought that was great. My favorite segment probably was the samurai story. The samurai story went really hard, really cool. And okay, I don't want to go into because, like I said, it's spoiler free. I was not expecting the third act of this movie. The third act of this movie took me by surprise, and I'm very happy they hit it from the marketing. Because you think you know where all this is going, what's happening, and then you get to the last, I don't know, 20, 30 minutes of this movie, and you're like, what? I was not expecting this. And the way they tie all these stories together, I was like, this is cool. I love this. And again, even the post-credit scene, don't want to spoil it. That was a fun moment. And it adds to the lore of the Predators and what could happen in it. And I would happily see another sequel. I would happily see them continue this on where they do other Predator stories without our universe. Like we have a cowboy story. We could have a knight story, like in UK with knights. I would like a secret agent story. Like it doesn't have to be just warriors in time. It could be like a John Wick style dude who's just a James Bond like guy or an Ethan Hunt kind of guy that they have to fight the Predator. Because the third segment where it was about the World War II pilot, that entire segment is them fighting through planes. And I'm like, that's just we've never seen that. That's usually hand to hand or this and that. That entire fight was our plane versus their plane. How did they win? I thought that was really cool. So, as far as drawbacks go, I think you do have to suspend your disbelief a little bit, but you get away with it because it's animated. If you do some of the things that happen in this movie in live action, you're going to have very nitpicky fans going, that's not possible. Oh, that's a little convenient. Oh, really? They could survive that? Sure. But in animated form, it's more forgivable. It makes sense. As much as I love the last 20, 30 minutes, that's really where I was starting to also be like, okay, there were some things there where I wanted to be nitpicky, but it was also just so fun and cool. I was fine with it. Just being vague. I can't spoil it. I wanted to say something. I was like, I don't know, why would they do? Okay, but that's just the culture of the Predators, I guess. I'll talk about it. I guess I'll talk about it in a couple weeks after the movie's been out for a while. Like what really bugged me about the main ending, but it's still a very cool. Overall, though, I loved it. This would get purchase it and add to your own collection, if not close to a 3C guarantee. Think if you're a Predator fan and you've been dying for stories like Predators vs. Samurai or other Warriors, you're gonna love the way they expand the world and kind of still keep things connected because there are some cool Easter eggs and stuff in there. So hey, Predator Killers of Killers, very happy. I enjoyed it. And yes, I agree. It is top tier and okay, Unc. Thank you, Kathleen Kennedy. I appreciate you taking time from not making Star Wars movies to watch Must Reign.